Hey man, you should be scared. You should be scared. I know there's a lot of people on social media who they say, man, trust the process. Take it slow. Don't be afraid. If you're putting in the work, you're gonna make it. Don't worry. Give yourself these positive affirmations. And of course, you have to trust the process. You can't rush the process because it's not gonna come overnight. It just isn't. It's never come overnight for anybody. Nobody has started something and they got it the next day. That's just not realistic. So you have to trust the process. And you should be telling yourself that you're gonna make it. You should be telling yourself those, I guess, positive affirmations. You know what I'm saying? You should be telling yourself those things. But brother, you should be in fear. You should be in fear that you're not doing enough. You should be scared that you're not doing enough. If you think that you're doing enough and you think that you don't need to be doing anything more than what you're already doing, brother, you got something else coming in for you. All right? You got something else coming in for you, because I'm telling you, if you feel like that, you're wrong. Because there's always something more that you can do. There's always something more that you can do. If you're posting one video a day, right? And you feel like you're doing enough, all right? Start posting 2 videos a day. See how hard it is to do that. And if that's easy, then start posting 3. Start working harder. You know what I'm saying? If you're running 1 mile a day and you're saying, okay, yeah, I'm putting in the work, I can reach my goals. All right, bet. Start running 2. There's always something more that you can be doing to improve yourself, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, anything. You can improve yourself in school, emotionally, educationally. You can always improve yourself. But you should be scared that you're not doing enough. You should be scared that you're not going to make it. The moment you get too comfortable and the moment you're sitting there in your comfort zone, you're feeling, okay, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm going to make it. Everything's okay. I'm good. Yeah. That's when you need to work the hardest. That's when you need to be working the hardest. It's not only when you feel like you don't want to do anything, because you should be working hard as hell. Balls to the walls. 24/7. When you feel like not doing it and when you feel like doing it. When you feel like you're doing enough and when you feel like you're not doing enough. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, brother, I'm telling you, then you should be doing more. And if you feel like you're doing enough, then I'm telling you, you should be doing more. There's always something more that you can do. You need to be afraid. You need to be in fear that you're not going to make it. You need to be in fear that what you're doing right now isn't enough for you to reach the level that you want to be on. You want to be part of the 1%. All right, bet. Start working hard. You have to be in fear. You have to be in fear. Of course, you need to trust the process. You need to know that what you're doing, that you need to truly believe that what you're doing is going to help you to reach where you want to reach the new heights that you want to get to. You want to be high up in the air. You want to be high up on the rankings. Okay, so start working hard and trusting in what you're doing. Trust in what you're doing. I'm not saying to just constantly live in fear and tell yourself, oh my goodness, I'm not doing enough. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. No, tell yourself you're going to make it. Wake up the next day. Wake up right now. Matter of fact, no, say it right now. Say it to yourself. Man, I'm going to make it. I'm a dog. I'm the best in the world. I'm in the 1%. And then tell yourself, okay, yeah, I am in the 1%, but I want to be the 1% of that 1%. I want to be uncommon amongst the uncommon. You should be in fear that there's always someone chasing you. Because at the end of the day, there is always someone chasing you, whether it is a real person or whether it's yourself or whether it's that one little guy in your mind telling you that you could be doing more. That's it. Or it's the little voice in your mind telling you to take a break. Because that little voice in your mind, yeah, he's in paradise right now. That's why he's telling you to take a break. He's in paradise. He's comfortable. He's comfortable right now living in your brain. He's okay with the fact that you're not going to make it. He's okay with that. So you need to get up and tell him, shut up. You need to tell that person in your head that's working harder than you to shut up. You need to tell that person that's not doing enough in your head, that's telling you to take a break, to shut up. That's what you need to do. There's always someone that's going to be working harder than you. There's always going to be someone that's telling you to just take a break. There's always going to be someone. Always. 24/7. 7 days a week. 4 weeks a month. 12 months a year. 10 years a decade. You need to work hard. You need to think that you're not doing enough. Stop getting comfortable. You need to start being fearful. You need to start being afraid that you're not going to make it, bro. Of course, I feel like I have a calling. I feel like I'm meant to make it. I feel like in my life, I know that I have a purpose for me. And that purpose is to be uncommon amongst the uncommon. To be uncommon, but not only that, to be uncommon amongst the uncommon. That's my purpose. My purpose is to be higher than everyone else. My purpose is to be better than everyone else. I want to be the best in the world. I want to be the best in the world. And I feel truly that that's what I'm called to do. But not only that, bro. Not only that. I'm afraid that I won't make it that far. I'm afraid that I'm not doing enough. I'm afraid that there's someone who's going to be working harder than me. I'm afraid that I know that everything that I've worked for can be stripped away from me like that. From a click of a button, everything in my life could be stripped away from me. Everything that I've worked hard for can be stripped away from me. And that's what I'm so fearful of. I'm so fearful that there's someone out there who's working harder than me. I'm so fearful that I can get everything taken away from me. I'm so fearful that I'm not doing enough. I'm so fearful that I've worked this hard and one day I'm just gonna give up. I'm so fearful of it. I'm so fearful that I walk with pride every single day, knowing that I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna put in the work the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, no matter what. Because I have a goal and I have a dream in my life. And although I'm fearful, I know that I'm gonna work harder than everyone else that's working in my field. I'm gonna work harder like if I'm not the one working the hardest. Even if I make it to the 1%, I'm gonna be the one who's working like I haven't made it to the 1%. And that's what you need to be doing every single day. You should, man, brother, you should not take a break until you truly have made it, until you truly have retired your parents. And even then, you can work 10 times harder because you want to have money for your kids. You want to have money for your kids' kids. You want to have money for your grandkids' children. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be working toward. That's what you should be working toward. You need to be fearful that you're not doing enough, bro. No matter what, no matter how far I make it in my life, I'm going to be fearful that there's someone coming out to get me. If I'm in the field and I'm the top seller in that business area, in that niche, I'm going to be afraid that there's someone who's coming up who's going to take my spot, who's going to take my number one spot. He's going to be making more than me. He's going to put my business down. He's going to put my business into smithereens. He's going to shut down my business because his is doing so much better than mine. That's the mindset that you need to have. You need to think, okay, yeah, maybe I am number one, but maybe there's someone else who's working harder than me right now and he's going to take my spot. So you need to get up and work 10 times harder than you did the day before. And then 10 times harder the next. 1,000 times. 10,000 times. Work hard until the day that you die, bro. Until the day that you die. Work as hard as you possibly can because there's always someone who's going to knock you off your pivot. There's always someone who's going to try to do it, bro. Focus on your purpose. Focus on your dream. Focus on your goals. Live in your deepest desires. Live in your core purpose, your core desire, your deepest purpose. Go for it and shoot beyond the stars, shoot beyond the moon. Because even if you fail, you're going to fall on the moon. Even if you fail shooting for the moon, you're going to fall on the stars. Keep shooting the highest that you can shoot. But never forget that there is always someone who's going to be working harder than you. There's always someone who's going to try to beat you. There's always someone. And that's the fear that you need to have in the back of your head. And if you have not made it to where you want to be yet, brother, have that fear that you're not doing enough. It's okay. You should be scared that you're not going to make it. Because that's what's going to drive you to work harder. That fear that you're going to be mediocre, that fear that you're going to be one of the statistics, that fear. They say there's only a small percentage that make it to the pros in the NFL or the NBA or college wrestling or D1 sports or whatever it is that you want to get to. They say that there's a really small percentage. They say that there's a really small percentage, and you should be afraid that you're not going to be part of that small percentage. You should be afraid. They say it's only a small percentage of people who become rich, who have generational wealth. That's what they say. You should be afraid that you're not going to be part of that. You should be afraid that you're going to be another one of the statistics who aren't part of that small percentage who made it. You should be afraid, because that's what's going to drive you to work the hardest. So I end the video with the same thing that I say at the end of every single video. Stay strong today, boys.